Good morning all. Today we will discuss about CPU organization. This is one of the important topics under this module. Today we are going to discuss in detail about CPU and what are the major functions of CPU, and we will mention the components of CPU, but we will explain it in the coming day sessions. And we will see what you mean by a CPU organization. We are discussing about a single bus CPU organization here. There are multiple bus CPU organization, but we are only covering single bus organization as per your syllabus. So we know what is CPU. That is Central Processing Unit, which is considered as the brain of the computer. It is an electronic circuit in computers which carries out the instruction of a computer program by performing several operations. It includes logical, controlling, arithmetic and input-output operations according to the instructions given by the users. We will see various functions and components of CPU. Before that, we will see some more points regarding CPU. Most of the modern CPUs are microprocessors, which means that they are present on a single integrated circuit, that is shortly called as IC. Many modern desktop CPUs have up to 32 cores, while many servers have up to 100 cores. A core means CPU itself, and in almost every modern computer is multi-core processors, which means that a single chip contains more than one CPUs, that is known as cores. Some ICs also contain memory, peripheral interface, etc. in that. Such integrated devices are usually called microcontrollers. Now let's discuss about the functions of CPU. CPU processes the instructions it receives from input devices and gives the required output using output devices. It has mainly 4 functions, which include fetch, decode, execute and store. We will see in detail about these functions. The first step is the fetching of instruction. The CPU reads an instruction from memory and then it will decode or interpret the instruction to determine the action it should be taken, whether a read operation or whether a write operation like that. Then fetch data. The execution of an instruction may require reading data from memory or an I/O module. So it has to fetch the data. Then it will execute or process the data. The execution of an instruction may require performing some arithmetic or logical operation on data. Then finally, it will store or write data. The results of an execution may require writing data to memory or to an I/O module. So these are the major functions regarding the CPU. Various parts of the CPU, that are the components of CPU, are electrically connected so that they can perform the desired operation. To do these things, it should be clear that the CPU needs to store some data temporarily. It must remember the location of the last instruction so that it can know where to get the next instruction. It needs to store instructions and data temporarily while an instruction is being executed. For all these reasons, we need a small internal memory inside the CPU that are known as registers. So with the help of registers and ALU, the CPU perform all the process effectively. The results of the execution are also written in the internal memory that are called registers. We will discuss in detail about registers in the coming sessions, but you have to understand the use of it inside a CPU. Now let's see what are the major components inside a CPU. We already seen that using the block diagram, which include ALU, registers and control unit. We have to study each of these in detail. So we will discuss in the coming sessions about these 3 components. Now we will see the block diagram of a CPU organization. This figure represents a single bus organization. There are multiple bus organizations, but it looks more complex. So you have to study this figure. After studying all the functionalities regarding the components of CPU, you can understand this figure very well. But you have to practice to draw this figure. When a question arises regarding the CPU organization, you have to draw this figure. So after all the sessions regarding the CPU organization, you can understand the components represented in this particular figure. It includes several registers and ALU and also the CU, which are all connected through a single bus. Thank you all for listening. I have divided the topic into small presentations. The topic is not ended here. We have to study about the components in detail in the coming sessions. Thank you all.